Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome students. We are going to talk about Dalton's atomic theory. Okay. Let's see the first postulate. All the matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. So if you are going to see this tiny, very fine small dots, these are atoms. So they are not visible to our naked eyes. The entire world is made up of matter. Now we are going to talk about what matter is. So matter is anything. Okay, it is anything that has mass and it occupies space. So now we also know that the smallest particle of matter is element. So the smallest particle of matter is element. If you say matter, so we can classify matter into two ways. One is pure substances and impure substances. Further, this pure substances can be classified as elements and compounds. Impure substance, we can classify them as two types. That is basically a mixture. Impure substance is basically a mixture which can be classified as homogeneous and heterogeneous. Now if you are going to talk about elements, it is made up of only one type of atoms. For example, if you are going to take gold, okay, gold, this is the symbol for gold. This gold will have only, so if you are going to take this as the gold, the block of gold, it will have atoms only made up of gold. Okay, it will be purely gold. So now if you take this entire block, so we can see it is made up of numerous number of atoms. So each atom is the tiniest particles which we cannot see through our naked eyes. Okay, similarly if you take silver, if you are going to talk about silver, it will be made up of only silver atoms. These two are purely, either they are gold or they are silver. So that what it says, all the matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. So if you are going to take element as an example, it is just purely made up of only one type. It can be either gold or silver. Atoms are invisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. First, we have learned that in the first point we learned that atoms are not visible, right? So they are invisible particles. Atom cannot be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. We are going to take carbon plus oxygen, it's going to give you what? Carbon dioxide. This is a chemical reaction where carbon, if you are going to consider as 3 grams and oxygen 8 grams. So after the reaction, it will give us 11 grams. That means the sum of the reactants, these are the reactants. The sum of the masses of the reactants will be equal to the sum of product of the reactants. So these are products. 3 plus 8, which was equal to 11, that will be equal to 11 grams, which is product. So here we have seen that the mass is neither created nor it is destroyed. What we started in the beginning of the reaction, it was 11 grams. After completion of the reaction also we got 11 grams. That means the mass was neither created nor it was destroyed during a chemical reaction. Okay, the next point is atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. So atoms of a given element, we have seen the atoms of gold, all the atoms were identical. Okay, now if we take atoms of silver, they are identical to each other. So these are atoms of silver. Even they are identical but to each other. So if you are going to compare these two, so each atom is different from others. They both are different. Atoms of same element are identical, whereas atoms of different elements are different. So in this case, these are the atoms of gold. Here these are the atoms of silver. So for example, so if you are going to take grapes and one more fruit, let us take apple. Just look at this. If you can think this as gold and this as silver. This as silver. Now let us compare. What is this? See the size of this. Whatever the atoms which are present in this grapes, all are identical, right? They all are having different shape and they are all same. So they are same in the bunch of grapes. Now if you are going to see this apples, we see that they are having different shape and structure, right? Different shape or different structure. So each apple, this apple will be similar in shape to this apple. Okay, this will be similar. So when we compare now with, if you compare this apples with the grapes, do you find any difference? Yes. When we compare apple with the grapes, we find that they are different, right? So when we compare only apples, they are identical. So when we compare only these, they are identical in shape, size and mass. So if you compare this grapes, of course they are identical within the bunch of grapes. Even they are identical in shape, size and mass. So when we are going to compare grapes with apple, we see that these two belong to different elements or different fruits, hence they are having different size, mass and shape. So we can conclude from here that atoms of a given element will have identical mass and chemical properties, whereas the atoms of two different elements will be different. So that will be the next point. What it says, atoms of different element have different masses. Let us move on to the next, water molecule, right? So we took hydrogen and oxygen. So we saw that whatever the number we have used, the combination, it was a whole number. We did not use as 1.5 or 2.5 any decimal or fractional number when a compound is formed. So H2O will have this as whole number, oxygen is having a whole number as 1. So they are going to combine in a ratio of a whole number. So when we took the ratio of H2O, it was 1:8. The relative number and the kind of atoms are constants. So again, let us take the example of water. So we had already explained in the previous video about this. What it was stated that if you take a particular compound, these are the two same elements, okay. It is one is hydrogen and oxygen. So if you take water from any source, it will have hydrogen and oxygen. These are the kinds of atom. The kinds of atom will remain same irrespective of the source from which it is obtained or formed. This is constant, as well as the relative number and the ratio, that what we learned just before. It will always be in the ratio of 1:8 by mass. 1 gram of hydrogen, there will be 8 grams of oxygen. So this is what is Dalton's atomic theory. It was able to explain both the laws of chemical combination and how the compounds are formed. If they form, what is the ratio in which they are going to combine. Thank you very much.